Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Barbie. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this flawless frontal install using only two 18-inch bundles from my 10A MINK collection. Also using one 18-inch lace frontal that I actually bleached off camera. Let's jump straight into this video. Okay, so I did actually braid her hair off camera. I'm new to the YouTube. I did forget to start recording, so that's my bad, but just gave her some jailhouse braids straight to the back, nothing more, nothing less. What I'm doing right now is actually using some alcohol, and I am rubbing all of the excess oil, makeup, and anything else she may have on her skin. You want to make sure you get everything, y'all, because if the skin is oily, if you got on makeup, if you haven't showered, I don't know, whatever the case may be, your frontal will not stick a long time or properly. So right now I'm just using some of my Got To Be gel. I'm using the one in the black bottle. I'm going to be molding her edges back, making sure all of her flyaways are tamed and out of the way before I lay the frontal. This step is very critical and important because you don't want any little hairs visible or sticking out of the front of your lace. And I don't use the one that's actually in the yellow bottle. That one turns white to me. To each his own, but the black bottle is definitely my preference over the yellow container, even though that one has a stronger hold. Yeah, I just don't mess with it. But of course, to each his own. Whatever works for you is gonna be for you. Right now I'm just blow drying everything back. You want to make sure this is completely dry before you move on to your next step, because it will not stick, it will not work. Just make sure the edges are dry. Okay, so now I'm gonna add this new cap to her head. This is just gonna give her a little bit extra protection when it comes to her edges, etc. I always cut out the ear tabs on the side because it makes it easier for when I'm applying the gel at the front for it to stick instead of shifting back. I'm going to be using the black container of the Got To Be. I'm going to be applying that to her hairline once again. This is just going to help the cap stick down and not shift. I also take my scissors and I remove all of the excess gel from the front, so when it blow dries, it dries quicker. Then y'all see me just went over it with the freeze spray, and I'm just going to blow dry that down. Now I'm adding some makeup that's really close to her skin tone. If you don't have any close to your skin tone, you can do something that's just a tad bit lighter because your scalp is a little bit lighter than you. I also use a little bit of airbrush legs. I don't know why I did that, I just did. But if you don't have makeup, that's another alternative for that. Now I'm going to be taking my eyebrow razor and cutting off the excess cap from her head. Be very careful when you do that. You do not want to cut your client nor yourself. So work very slow when doing that. My camera actually, it must have died or something because it didn't get me cutting it all the way off. But I'll go into detail in another video with that. If you guys want to see that, just leave it in the comments below. I also have my clients hold the lace frontal after I position it on their heads while I cut off the excess lace. This step is definitely a must because you don't want all of that extra lace hanging off the side of your ears. You actually want to make sure you part it before you cut it so you can see exactly where you're cutting it. You don't want to cut too much, but then you don't want a lot of the lace hanging over once again, like I said. And I'm gonna also add a little bit of makeup to the lace. I just like it to look a little bit more natural, so that's why I did that. Also, I went off of camera and I added an elastic band to the sides of the frontal. That way when I set it down to position it, she did not have to hold it. I'm lining it up with her head right now. I'm gonna put the top little bun, you know, to have all of the hair out my way. I'm peeling the lace back right now. I'm about to spray some spritz onto her skin in the cap. It's gonna act as a skin protectant before I apply the lace glue. Now the lace glue I'm going to be using, of course, is Isha lace glue. I'm going to be using a popsicle stick to smooth a thin layer over her hairline and on the cap. I'm I'm going to be doing 3 layers of that today, making sure each layer turns clear in between before applying the second and the third layer. I also started sewing the bundles in the back, and then I also added 2 strips of double-sided tape on the side from Bold Hold. The sides are always the first thing that lift. That's why I add 2 pieces of tape to each side to ensure that it's extra durable on the sides, which once again is always the first thing to lift. So I done pulled the lace down, and I'm sorry my camera was acting very weird that day, but I pulled the lace down and I actually pressed the lace into the glue and the tape with my comb. You can use your fingers as long as your fingers are clean. You can rub them off with rubbing alcohol, and you do just want to press that down and make sure it's all the way in there. Take your blow dryer as well and go over it, combing through it, using the blow dryer at the same time to make sure that lace is stuck. Right now I'm gonna start sewing the back of the lace down. I always do this step last. Don't pull too tight because over time you do not want the frontal to shift back. Some people sew the back first. This is just the way that I do it. So as of now, we're gonna start constructing these baby hairs. A good rule of thumb is always get the temples first, and then you'll know where else you need to pull hair out from. I'm going to be using this razor cutter thing, comb, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to be using it instead of scissors because I don't want blunt baby hairs. I want them kind of natural. The foam and mousse that I do use is from Barbie. Don't be afraid to get that foam on there, okay, because first of all, that glue, it's waterproof, it's not gonna lift. Let me not say it's not gonna lift. If it does start to loosen up, don't worry about it, because as soon as you wrap your hair down and it dries, it's gonna be perfectly fine. These are the wraps that I use. They're paper wraps from my local beauty supply. I forgot the exact name of them, but I'm sure you can find them in any beauty supply store. Just gonna wrap that up and either sit them under the dryer or blow dry the hair down. I'm gonna finish sewing the bundles in her head right now. I don't know if you guys wanted to see that. I mean, almost anybody can sew some bundles, but if you want a detailed tutorial on how to sew bundles in, then just leave that in the comments below. But as of right now, we just chilling sewing those bundles in there, and hey, we're almost to the end. So we're gonna be doing like a half up, half down type look. Gonna take that wrap off, and I'm gonna part half of it up in the middle so I can put that in a ponytail. Molding the sides down with my foam and mousse. Once again, that's the Barbie foam and mousse. I'm gonna make sure both sides are molded down. I don't want an extra bulky look on the side. That's just not cute to me. To each his own, but we ain't doing that over here. I'm gonna hot comb her front and back because it was like some small little lumps there. Add a little bit of foam and mousse to give it an extra sleek look before I put it in a ponytail. And yeah, just keep watching. Okay, and since I added the mousse and everything to the sides, I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry that before I hot comb it, because you don't want the steam to fuck up your client's head. You just don't want it. I'm gonna be adding some curl. I don't know what we was talking about, y'all, but it was funny. But I'm gonna be adding some body curls with my Babyliss flat iron. You can make curls with it. It flat irons really good. All of that. I love the curls that it make. If y'all want a tutorial on that as well, drop that in the comments. But as of right now, I'm gonna be taking little sections, and I'm gonna be going in a circular motion to get these sort of kind of body curls, body waves, whatever you guys want to call it. Alright guys, now this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if there's any crazy colors, any crazy wigs y'all want me to make, y'all already know y'all can leave it in the comments and I'm gonna get straight to it. But as for right now, once again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.